With the closure of borders at Wheelock and border stores across America and Australia, one can't help but wonder about the future of the bookstore and whether it still has a place in an increasingly digitally driven world. Is the bookstore truly a dying trade, or is borders decline merely an isolated incident?
I think there'll be more niche players, for sure. There'll be more independent bookstores, I hope. It's an industry that's hard to get into. The barriers to entry is very capital intensive. Singapore should do well with one or two big bookstores also. Every individual has individual roles to play. So I think both entities should coexist nicely.
I think with the advancements in terms of the living standards in Singapore, the kids nowadays are much more savvy. The books they're opening up to more unconventional ways of presenting information in the book. Like you can see Jerome, the mouse book. I mean, in the past we used to read like Nancy Drew and then like Hardy Boys and stuff. But now they're opening like more colours. I see more pictures. The words are like different shape. So it's kind of like they will still read, but I would say that the text and the form of the books that they will have in the moving forward will be different. It will be more engaging and it will be more attractive in that sense. But I still don't believe that the IT will totally overtake books.
Just what should bookstores do to get Singaporeans to switch off their computers and ebooks and go to a brick-and-mortar bookstore instead?
I think having a cafe and food really makes a difference because you can get, you get a cup of coffee, sit around, browse through, and it'd be useful if they allow more browsings. And I think overseas they do things like they have readings, like the author comes, and even though like we can get local authors who comes, chit-chat, mingle.
I would say more variety. And be more discerning in terms of giving discounts. As in, you give discounts, but you don't keep giving discounts to the extent of your destruction.
But just what is it about the bookstore that has many of us lamenting about the closure of borders?
The ambience there, and then I can spend time with my family there. That's the only place that we can, if we have nothing in our mind where we're going to go for the weekend, then we just go to the bookshop and browsing around.
There's a certain smell that paper has you can't replace that. So yeah. And books don't die when there's no battery, so that makes a lot of difference. Yeah.
Since I was a kid, I was like, oh, if only my dad has a bookstore and I can just swim around, because I'm a book reader, I guess that's why. But again, it's really the ambience, the nice sounds, and then books around, scanning through and getting lost into the world of books. So yeah.
So it remains to be seen if the bookstore will go the way of the CD shop. But for now, if you love that trip to the bookstore, it might be time to see what you can do before the sun sets on your favorite bookstore.